So I'll give you a specific example. I'm currently working with a soccer player out of Grand Rapids, and she is going to play at the next level. So her mom reached out to me and, talked to me that, we just have some deficiencies. We're missing meals. Her energy levels are low. She's not sleeping well. She's experiencing some of these challenges. And that's the buy-in right there is, we look at, first and foremost, let me back up. Parents are very busy. So the first way that I create that buy-in when I talk to a parent is I compliment them on all the great things that they're doing, because it's tough to be a parent. You're incredibly busy, you're working a career, and you're doing the grocery shopping, you're managing a household. You have to compliment them and let them know that they're doing a great job, instead of, saying like, you need to change your nutrition, you've got to do this for groceries, XYZ. Find out all the great things they're doing, reinforce that, and then kind of, ask more questions about, okay, how are your athletes' energy levels? What is your child's goal? How are they feeling? How many sports are they participating in? And they'll say, well, they're playing soccer, they're also playing baseball, they're running track, they're doing all these things. Wow. How is their energy? And they'll often say, well, their energy is pretty poor. They're feeling run down. They're feeling fatigue. And I say, okay, well, have you worked with a dietitian in the past? And they'll say often no. And it's like, well, let's have a conversation about that, because by giving our body the correct fuel and at the right time and the right amount, we're able to increase their energy levels. They're able to increase their performance. They're able to be more focused, to be a better athlete, to be a better adolescent in all aspects of their life through some of the foods that they're eating. And oftentimes they're really curious about that. Well, tell me more. How do I make that happen? So it's looking at, what they're doing at their household. Are they buying fruits and vegetables? Are they having complete meals? Do they encourage breakfast? Do they encourage snacks? And if they're not encouraging those things, that's what we're looking at is, how can I help you create snacks into the day? How can I help you to remind your adolescent athlete that they need to grab breakfast, that they need to have milk with their school lunch, that they need to hydrate, that they need to have a water bottle? So then they get, into that thought process of, wow, like, I had no idea that there was so much to nutrition and that it could make such a difference when we talk about energy levels. So that's really kind of my approach. And you could ask, other dietitians, they might say differently, but it's truly going back to the fundamentals and the basics and following those consistently. And I say specifically to those athletes that are very talented and gifted, wow, you're a great athlete, but you could be a better athlete if you take care of some of these controllables. And you're amazing now because you're in high school and everybody's amazing. But when you get to that next level, to that collegiate level, or even to the professional level, you are amongst the best. So what are you going to do to have that secret weapon to make you even better and to stand out? And that secret weapon is nutrition. And I say sleep, because everybody glorifies, well, I don't need to have a water break, or I don't need all that sleep. Those are the people that are cutting themselves off at the knees. The athletes that are successful are, again, executing the basics and the fundamentals at a high level. And if we can teach those to the adolescents at a young age, they will carry those out and they'll learn those, and they'll get into that habit of, yeah, I do need a pre-training meal, or I definitely need to have my post-workout shake as I'm walking out of the weight room, and then I'm going to go home and have a high quality meal. And they'll know what that high quality meal looks like, right? It'll be balanced by the plate, the fruits, the vegetables, the lean protein, the healthy fat, the carbohydrate. And it's really going back to that plate, and that no matter if it's a training day, a game day, your plate should be designed to fuel your body accordingly. And I'm really, a big proponent on educating on what that looks like. So if they're at a birthday party or if they're at a vacation spot, they know how to build their plate and they don't feel restricted. Because the biggest thing is that, unfortunately, people make nutrition really complicated, and it doesn't have to be. And let me talk more about that. So parents will say, well, I don't have time to go to the grocery store. I don't have time to do this. Well, let's take a look at the schedule here. Maybe you don't do, an hour and a half grocery shopping trip every Sunday and then go back to the house and have to spend 2 to 3 hours cutting up and preparing all these meals. Why don't we carve out, a couple of hours, broken down throughout the week, that, okay, we'll stop at the grocery store, we'll pick up the groceries on Monday after work. And then on Tuesday, we'll prepare the vegetables. We'll talk about, grocery shopping meals, for the rest of the week, like if we need to pick something up. It looks different for every family. So I always like to approach it in an individual way, because not every family has the same situation. Not every parent works part-time or full-time. So it's really getting to know that family and being willing to work with them and to help them find flexible ways that's within their lifestyle that's sustainable. Because you look at the cost too. You have to make sure that you're encouraging and recommending foods that are within their price range, because everybody's on a budget, right? So it's also talking more about those basic foods, like eggs are such a great nutrient rich foods that are very low in cost. So people think that they need to invest in all these expensive shakes and supplements and powders, and no, we got to get back to the basics, and that's with real food.